Paul, my name is Robert Russell. I'm not the presenter tonight, folks. Our presenter is Mr. Robert Burns. He is from the Seattle area in the US. And folks, tonight he's going to be doing the presentation. He is in network marketing, folks. This is kind of a big number, over 30 years plus. Long before I was nearly born, you know what I mean? It's a crazy long time. Robert is a great leader. I've met Robert in person over the last year. We've become business partners. I've learned so much from him. Team leader, folks, network marketer, Forex trader, big into his crypto, big into his real estate. This guy has got lots and lots of experience in so many areas, and we're lucky to have him. And this guy is going to do the presentation, and I'm going to send it over now, okay, to Mr. Robert Burns.
Thank you, Robert. And really the pleasure is mutual here. I was reminded today, I got when you get the reminder on Facebook of here was a past experience in July, my wife and I were coming back to the States from Romania and we decided to stop in on his island. Boy, was I glad we did. It was a pleasure to be there. It was a pleasure to meet Robert and Kayrina, and we had the great fortune of him as a little bit of a tour guide during that whole experience. And it was just stunningly beautiful. Really, really nice place. And Robert and Kayrina are the real thing. It's a pleasure to be working with people like them. So what we are going to do today is have some fun and get into manifest and what all this means, what it can do for you. Really, there's always two questions to answer, and I hope I can answer these effectively today. Number one is, what's in it for you? If you're a guest looking at this for the first time, what's in it for you? And then secondly, to show you that you can do it, because we have many people on the calls that are brand new. And one of the things that you'll see, and this is just remarkable, I'll get into the live trading stuff that Robert and I do, and it's Robert that's doing it right now. I'm acting as the wingman, with tech stuff and all that. I will be bringing a strategy there, but the most amazing thing to me is, and this answers that second question, can you do it? Robert Russell has been trading crypto for a while, and investing in crypto, but Forex trading he's been doing for a little bit over a year. And you think he's leading a trading call? Yeah, he is. And he's remarkably good. And that's the thing, that when you see that and you realize that's possible. Now, full disclosure, he worked his butt off. He's not a sit on his hands kind of guy. He's very, very busy, and he does the work. He put in the work, but the results are self-evident. I mean, they're really, really good. So we've got a bunch of new faces on here today. Terrific. Glad you guys are here. So what I'm going to cover is how trading manually can work for you. If you choose to engage in that, that's something that you can learn the baby steps and then learn ultimately to be doing your own trade calls and your own trade analysis of your trading over time. It won't happen instantly, but here's the thing. What if you had a means of earning money and you didn't have to depend on anybody else or anything else but you? What if? The second item that you see there, passive trading, that's something that's available to many people, sadly not Americans. The US citizens can't play with that one, but elsewhere they sure can. And we'll have some, I'll show you how that works. And also you'll hear from a person on the call that has had very good results with that. And out of this whole thing is education and personal growth are built in. In other words, you're going to see how this can affect you in a very positive way. As Robert mentioned, I'm here, 65 years old, married to a lovely woman named Anna. She and her daughter came from Romania 20 years ago. We had met here, and I had been doing business in Romania, and then we had a funny episode that I won't belabor. I won't burden you with, that we met. And my son and I were here. He's in Montana now. Alexandra is back in Romania, just gave birth to a baby boy, and Anna is visiting them as we speak. So it's great fun. I'm seeing videos of that little guy, and I am pretty sure he's the cutest grandson on the planet. Fly fishing and bass guitar are the things I engage in for fun. And on my professional resume, I have built a number of different businesses, some of which I still cash checks from, but I'm not overly enthusiastic about nutritional companies or companies that involve attorneys. Have you ever noticed that fun and attorney generally don't go in the same sentence? that's a commonality. The things I like is where the product itself makes money. You see, somebody can engage in our company. They can use this product. They say, I hate network marketing. I don't want any part of that stuff. Love you. Come on in. You can make a bunch of money as a customer, no problem. However, if you do like network marketing and you want to engage in that aspect of this, you can also make additional money. You have to work your butt off to get the organization to the size that it's going to generate a passive income. So it's not like, woohoo, you sign up and everybody's magically going to come aboard. They're not. You got to work at it. It's like getting a plane in the air. You know, once it's in the air, it doesn't use as much fuel, but you got to get that thing off the runway. And when you do, it can be very exciting. You know, we've got some people on this call that are absolutely studs and stud muffins at doing just that. They're really capable. There's some people on this call that have built enormous organizations over decades. Some are wealthy. I won't mention names, but they're here among us. Internet marketing and team building also is an aspect of this that's very powerful. We'll touch on that a little bit later. So, speaking of attorneys, trading is risky. Your results will vary and are not guaranteed. I'm not going to read the whole slide for you. Never risk funds you cannot afford to lose. It's very important to heed this advice. In other words, this is the part where we're giving advice, which is if you're getting into this, come in with your eyes open. Trade demo account before you ever think about putting real money in, because you might lose it, like a lot of people have. I mean, I have had losses. Robert has had losses. Barry Elrod, who's on the call with us, I know has had losses, and you learn what not to do, but wisdom is learning from others where you don't have to get beat up yourself. And that's a really smart move. I would encourage you to take a screenshot of this. I'll leave it there for just a second and take a sip of coffee. So now the attorneys are satisfied, hopefully. This is supercharged. This is our passive income. This is automation. It goes by a number of different names: passive, automation, supercharged, PAM account. Those are all the same thing. Okay. Those are all the same thing. What this is you open an account with the company that we have, the brokerage that we have with this product. This part, by the way, is part of the product offering. And you open that account, you fund the account, and it's a $500 minimum to fund. You then let it roll, let it run, and basically no hands. It does the following. And I want to show you this. This is a thing called MyFX book that has been in place with this particular strategy since April 2nd of 2018. We're going on 6 years on this data that you see on the screen here. So this data is comprised of a lot of data inputs. In other words, the monthly number that you see right there, let me magnify that for you, 7.93%. That's a good number. Might it be lower than that from month to month? Yes. Might it be higher than that from month to month? Recently it has. I'm afraid to even tell you the numbers lately. They're ridiculously good. Will it always be like that? No. You'll have losses from time to time. But to keep it real, that's a number that has been an indication of the performance over 6 years. Is past performance an indication of future results? No. Might it be the same? Yeah. Might it be higher? Yes. Might it be lower? Yes. But that's a pretty good average. I want you to hear from somebody right now who's on the call. Janet Griffin, come on down. Let me get it so you can unmute here. Janet, give me a second.
Hi, Robert.
There we go.
Hi there, Robert. Hi. Hello, everyone on the call. Great to see so many people here again today. I've been with Manifest. I decided to jump on just before Christmas, 16th of December. Didn't really know what to expect. Don't really know, or didn't really know anything too good about trading, but wanted to get on board. I should be retiring in a couple of years' time and wanted an extra income ready for when I retire, so decided to give this a go. I started with the automated trading, but I also place some of the manual trades myself. And I've been able to do this through the education that I've received with Manifest and also with my brilliant upline, Robert Russell, and also with the help of Robert Burns here. The education that you will find is second to none. And if I can do it, anybody can. My results so far with the automated trading, looking at 8.9% increase from my initial balance of $500 from the 16th of December.
Wow.
And that's with the quiet Christmas period in between. So I know for sure I wouldn't have got that from my bank. So I'm more than pleased with those results. We've got a brilliant community here. We've got a fantastic team. Everybody helps each other. You're never on your own. So just saying, if I can do it, anybody can. So hop on, take a leap of faith and come and join us. I'm sure you won't regret it. It'll be cool.
Thank you, Janet. 8.9. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, guys, that's a number that people don't earn in a year. You know, they put money in Wall Street and, you know, do you have risk here? You do. It's Forex, but look at that number and ask yourself, could I achieve that with my bank? Hell no. Sorry. Could you get it in a year in the stock market? Probably not. You know, maybe you'd be fortunate enough to. She got that in a month, less than a month, actually. Sounds like a little bit less, or maybe right about on, yeah, just about a month.
Yeah.
Terrific outcome. Thank you, Janet. Appreciate
That's okay.
that. Okay, so that is our passive product. That's something that is available to many people. Sadly, not to U.S. citizens. Thank your government for that. Sorry. So, I'm having fun here. We have an offering of traders that is absolutely awesome. Reynaldo is a fellow Reynaldo Soriano. He does swing trading. This is day to day over, you know, might be in some cases trades that last a week. Mohammed Khan is somebody that is doing trades it's basically day trading. It's called momentum trading or scalping. That means you're in and out in an hour, maybe 2 hours, rarely longer than that. And there's a whole bunch of other people here. In the interest of time, I'm not going to touch on all of them at the moment. I'm going to just make a little quick watch for this in just a minute because there's some things going on with crypto that are very exciting, but I want to get to the right point in the presentation for that. These are the results from Mohammed Khan. He's the guy that's the scalper in you know, day trading inside of 1 day. And look at September over here, 4,150 pips. That may not mean anything to you if you're brand new, by the way, but the bigger the number, the better. That's the central point here. And if you get lots of these, you're making money, particularly if you have a win rate of 72%. In October, he doubled that number. He got 9,573 pips with a win rate of 74%. And look at this. He's just continuing to delight us. November, 9,781 pips, 85% win rate. In December, which is all the more remarkable because this is a tough month to trade. A lot of traders take the month of December off completely because they want to enjoy the holidays, the liquidity and the volume in the markets is not so hot. But look at what he did. I mean, this guy is a stud. 10,989 pips, 82% win rate. Now, if you took these trades and you know, just as an example, if you took all the trades, you wouldn't be sleeping because he trades during all. I don't know how he does it because he literally does this around the clock, it seems. Most of the trading is late in the London session, and the bulk of it is in the New York session, which is good for the Americans as well as the Europeans because it's afternoon in Europe and it's morning in the US. And he also trades occasionally in the Asian session, as does Reynaldo Soriano. But here's the key point. If you took all these trades, know that you're going to lose 1 out of 4 of them, okay? And you're going to win 3 out of 4 of them. And if you did the risk mitigation right, properly, meaning you cut the losses short and you let the winners run, hopefully run a lot, even if you let them run a little bit, you're going to make money. There it is. Simple as that. And this is trading where you're going to get the signal. It's going to come in. And I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. You take the trade, you put in your stop, you put in your take profit, adios. You're on doing whatever you're doing the rest of your day. Quickly, you can do that. Here's what he did. What's he been doing lately? Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Yow. You know, January 8th to the 12th, 4 days. I mean, this guy, if he was here, I'd give him a standing ovation. I mean, this is exceptional results, you know, and look at that. I mean, and a 79% win ratio. This guy is knocking it out of the park, you know. For our British friends, that's a baseball term. um, it's amazing results. I mean, absolutely incredible, incredible, incredible results. So that's what you have the benefit of enjoying here. And here's what a signal looks like. When this comes in, you have an entry, you have a stop loss, and you have 3 take profits. Initially, when we're showing you how to do this, we would just have you look at one of the take profits, which is the most probable one, the first one. But that's what you enter. And we'll show you how to enter it. We'll show you how to set up the trading platform. We'll show you all the mechanics of doing the process. But it's simple. It is simple, simple. People without background in this, people without experience in this can do this. Janet being exhibit A, you know, she took the bull by the horns and decided to do it. And look at that. She's already getting results herself with her manual trading, in addition to what you just heard about from her passive trading, from the automation, from the PAM account. Those are all the same thing. This is an example of the S&P 500, another signal that comes in. And now what happens with the training is, if you don't have the ability, you know, all of the people that you just saw, the traders that are generating the signals, and the different people that are involved in Manifest in providing signals, which you'll see some more of in just a moment. If you can't make it, let's say that, you know, some of these times, you know, the company is in the UK, so some of them are in the morning in the UK. Well, if you're in the US and North America, that might be the middle of the night. So if it's inconvenient for you to show up on a given event, there's what we call Manifest TV. See it up here in the upper right-hand corner? Manifest TV. You go to that menu item, and here's what you missed. Here's the recordings. Here's all the information that you can plug into anytime you want at your own convenience. Here is Reynaldo Soriano. This guy is a world-class trader by anybody's measure. His swing trading signals are absolutely exceptional. He's getting over 90% strike rate in most months, sometimes lower, but often as much as 90%. And they're spot on. They're really good signals. Here is the machine, the pip machine. This is the guy that got over 10,000 pips in what was that, Robert? Was that 4 days?
This week was it 33,000 or something, 34?
I don't remember the number. It was just like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, like,
Yeah.
Don't expect that, by the way. Don't expect that week in and week out. But you know, he's on a roll, this one. And this young man, what a story. He is from the country of Norway. He's in Poland learning how to be a doctor. He's at medical school in Poland. You know, what a story. This, you know, like, when does he sleep? Now, this is the one I'm most excited about right now. This gal is part of Freedom Lifestyle Network, which is our upline team, Laura and Stu. And Amber McCauley, we were so delighted that she would do this Sunday call every week, which, by the way, she's doing this week. Make sure, if you're new, find out about when this call is, get plugged into the system so you can figure out how to get the Zoom for her. She will start your week right in the Forex world. And she is now a bona fide member of the trading cadre. In addition to Reynaldo, in addition to Mohammed, now we have Amber also doing trading, and she's a terrific educator. You'll see some strategies of hers that are just absolutely exceptional. So I can't wait, you know, to be able to have people, you know, something is good when you hear people, you know, you refer them to somebody and all of a sudden you start hearing this reaction that they're having, which is really positive. It's exciting to be able to offer that. And we have that in a big way. Now, the other person that's here with me, Robert, I want you to, if you would please, to unmute and share with folks your background, because he is a critical part of what we're doing as a team. And we've got something that we want to show you here that we're doing as a team that is not part of Manifest, but is part of the value proposition.
Hey, Robert. Thank you. So, folks, as you can see there now, you know my name, Robert Russell. Folks, I'm engaged, about to be married with my partner, Karina. I have two sons, Mason and Jaden. Fun, folks, hobbies on the side, which we all need. I love my golf, fishing, and always doing my walking, doing my lives. Profession, folks, I love crypto. I've been involved in crypto since 2016, 2017. Forex, I've only gone into it in the last, say, 12, 14 months. I love marketing, team building, but the most important part, folks, is the very bottom, the Forex educator. Okay, myself and Robert, you know, as part of our team, we do live trading 3 days a week, folks, and this is just the part of our journey. Okay, what lies ahead is incredible, folks. It's a breakout strategy. What pairs do we normally trade? The DAX, which is the German 40, the euro versus the dollar, and the USD versus the JPY. Folks, it's a simple strategy. Support resistant lines, trend lines, your pivots, daily pivots, and the fair value gaps. Okay, we explain all this here on our calls. And at the bottom, it has a high winning percentage. This week, folks, I think we had 5 or 6 trades, 1 loser. Okay, again, folks, past results don't guarantee future profits, but we don't enter trades unless we have got all our confirmations. And folks, the technical side, we have the technical side as well, which Mr. Robert Burns covers, which is critical in this area. It's on TradingView, position size calculators, and there's so much more on top of that that Robert covers, okay, which again, the education is incredible. We're going to have a second strategy coming late January, possibility early February. Robert is going to be bringing this out, folks. I'm super excited on this strategy because I know what it can do and I know what Robert is capable of. So I can just imagine the two of us on these calls, both calling live trades, okay? It's what lies ahead, guys. You're on our team. There's so much more that you're going to get on top of Manifest. So much more. So back to Robert, folks.
Thank you, Robert. And one of the things, you know, that is important, you know, the signals are excellent. The trades that the traders are sending are really great. And then they have education at separate times. So they're not doing those, you know, back to back, if you will, or at the same time. And you'll see the schedule that's available to be able to plug into. And if you can't plug in, as I showed you, you can get over to Manifest TV and catch up with whatever you missed. On the other hand, what Robert and I are doing is live as it comes. I mean, we do it right on the spot. We have skin in the game. If we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. In other words, so know that we're very motivated to make sure that we win more than we lose because we're trading our own accounts. No kidding. As the trades happen, we're in the pit doing the trading with you. And there's really, it's a very important thing. Robert is brilliant at keeping the probability high on those trade calls and also keeping the losses low. He's exceptional. And when you consider Forex, he's been doing it a little bit over a year. What's possible, to answer that second question, you know, which is what's in it for me is the first question. Second question is, can I do it? You know, he did not know a lot about Forex trading over a year ago. And he's learned all of that. Not only has he learned it, he's leading a trading call, for goodness sake. Wow. What an exceptional result. Now, some things, this is just something I want to touch on. It's a very good book. I encourage you to get it. It's on Amazon. It has nothing to do directly with Manifest, but everything to do with Manifest, in that trading psychology is a critical part of your trading journey and your trading success. This guy is a world-class trader by anybody's measure. He worked for Wall Street firms. He's won multiple trading competitions, and he goes over lots of stuff that are those pearls that you can get only from somebody that has really been in the arena and in the fight for a long time. He is, again, on Amazon. You can get the paperback. I would encourage you to get the paperback and the Audible as well. The Audible is, you can listen to this. So if you're walking or out working out or driving or doing whatever you're doing, you can listen to it and then come back and look at the diagrams in the book. Highly recommend that book. Now, here's a little bit of change of gears. This is something that is so exciting that's going on right now, and it's timely because crypto has been in a really bearish position for years at this point. You know, we had a peak of 2021 at the end of 2021 and a long, cold, bearish winter in crypto. Now, what's happening is this is something that if you're a crypto person, you understand what that means. It basically increases the value a lot when Bitcoin does this. This is the fourth time it's done it. It's coming up in April. Second thing is the Federal Reserve in the US basically said that they're going to lower rates, not one time, but multiple times. This also affected the Forex market dramatically. The day that he announced that Chairman Powell announced this, the market went nuts in response. In fact, we have been setting consistent all-time highs in many of the indices like the US 30, the DAX, the JPN 225, the NAS, you name it. It's because they know that the liquidity is going to be really strong coming from the Fed. And last but not least is an approval from the SEC in the US that ETFs are now a thing. Not only, and it was sort of like, you know, when the dam breaks and they all come out at the same time. BlackRock is in this mix and several others that are following it. The initial offering will be with Bitcoin, and then already there's one for Ethereum. Why is this important? Because you can make money if you know what you're doing in this arena. How do you know what you're doing in this arena? Let's ponder that in a second. Here's the announcement. This is from the Wall Street Journal. This is SEC approves Bitcoin ETFs. This was this week. This happened this week. And where do you get the information? If you can attend Lee Markham's calls, great. If you can't, go to Manifest TV. But here's Lee Markham. Lee Markham is an expert on crypto. So if you wanted to find out what's a good crypto perhaps to put my money in, attend Lee's calls. It's a value add in our equation. I've got to flip those slides around. I just realized I just added this morning. So the plan do review will be get that slide in the right order. But Lee's the real deal. Everybody that's been attending Lee's calls loves it. Robert, could you interject what your experience has been with Lee and what you have heard on his calls, you know, like the Solana, that one and others?
So I've been on quite a few of Lee's calls. I'm going to be attending a lot more, especially now, folks. We're on the middle of a bull run. Again, it's all about positioning. It's all about buying your coins early. Lee, very, very well educated in this space. He does his calls 3 days a week on Manifest. That's 12 noon UK time. But folks, on these calls, okay, it's not financial advice, very, very important. But Lee goes into certain areas of, say, Solana. It's like a blockchain, but he could tell you maybe a coin that is in the Solana blockchain that's underneath that a coin to watch out for. Solana, for an example, he said in early December to watch out when it was $10 or $11. This coin went up to over $120, which is insane. So like 10, 12x of what it was. A week later, Lee gave out another coin. It went like 100%. Another week later, he gave out another coin. It went 70%. But the most important thing is what Lee says. When it hits these highs, take your profits. Because it's like Forex. What goes up, it's got to come back down again. So why stay in and lose your profits? Bank your profits up and let's go to another coin, which is very, very sensible.
Perfect. Thank you. You know, and the takeaway from my vantage point on Lee Markham is if you're busy, I'm busy, I you know, everybody's busy, and having somebody that's the expert that specializes in an area you want to know about, but you can condense down. It's like the Cliff Notes version of, I don't know if that's something in the UK, but it's a means of getting a quick version of a book. We've got that. We've got that where, you know, here you have it with Lee, and if you can't attend Lee's calls live, you can tune in to Manifest TV and see there he is right there. Away you go. So you have this information at your fingertips. It's very, very valuable. And there's lots of other stuff we haven't even touched on here: financial education, stocks, wealth management, e-commerce, real estate, travel portal. Hello. I mean, that's something that's very exciting to many, many people. Personal development, health and well-being. These are all additional items that are available here. Now, what does it cost to be a customer? It's $50 to start. and $99 a month every month thereafter. In this, also, there is a performance fee if you choose to become involved in Supercharged, our PAM account, our passive income generator. If you're in a country that allows that, the US is not one of them, by the way. But if you are in a country that allows that, each month you will be charged 25% of the profit, but only if a profit is created. If there's no profit created, then no 25%. So you're only paying that 25% if in fact there has been a profit created. If you then decide to get the CEO package, and particularly if you're going to put more money into the passive part, notice the difference in cost there is 10%. This package is $99 to start and then $349 per month. Explore this, especially if you're really into travel and you are thinking about putting more money into that account. You can do the math on this and determine what makes sense for you, but it's 10% versus 25% in the passive part of this. Again, only charged when you are earning a profit on a monthly basis from the Supercharged, which is the PAM account, also known as automation, also known as passive income. Now, here's the travel package. I don't want to get into all of this in great detail. You can get together with who invited you here to get all the details on this, but it's cool stuff. You know, there's really good pricing. They have a match price process. So if you find you book a trip and you find it less expensively someplace else, you can then have this company match that price. So it's a no-lose situation. And now, if you want to get into the business aspect of what we do, and you don't have to, there's no arm twisting here. If you want to be a customer and that's it, we love you. In fact, the plan is based upon customer acquisition. And I want to just touch on something really quickly. A long while ago, a fellow that was one of my mentors early on in my career in networking said something that was profoundly powerful, and I didn't really realize how powerful at the time. But he was helping me try to distinguish between a legitimate network company and one that maybe wasn't legitimate. And here was the way that he said that. He said, would you buy the product if there was no business opportunity attached to it? Would you buy the product if there was no business opportunity attached to it? If you can answer that with a resounding yes, you have a valid company. If there's a question mark about that, meaning you gotta have the product because you just have to be qualified to get into the comp plan, doesn't pass the test. Would you buy the product if there were no business opportunity attached to that? We've got a lot of folks here. Janet was one of them. The gal you heard from earlier, she was a customer. She was like, I don't know about the business. But she basically made a decision because she was telling people about it and they were excited about it. And as a customer, by the way, you can enroll 3 other customers. And when you do, let me go back here. When you do, you will then have your customer fee waived. So 3 is free. But you're not going to earn any compensation beyond that if you don't want to be an IBO, which is another word for affiliate, another word for business builder, another word for rep. Those are all the same thing. That's something that you can do. And this is our income disclaimer for the business. So again, take a screenshot of this if you want to. It's a very important document. And not surprisingly, it touches on this idea that everybody shows up with different levels of skill. Is there any representation that you're going to make the earnings that you see in a moment? There is not, because it is very, it's completely dependent on what you do and what you bring to the party. Now, here is the IBO. Basically, just add $20 to begin with and $20 ongoing. So what was 50 for a customer and 99 on an ongoing basis is now 70 and 119. This means that you can, in addition to being a customer, you're an affiliate, you're a rep, you're a business builder. And with the CEO package, same thing, add $20 more on the front end. It's 119 and then 369 per month. Here's how our comp plan works. I'm just going to touch on a couple of these. You can scroll down the list here, but to begin with, if you want your membership free, and this is true of somebody that's a customer or a customer IBO, 3 customers, and these are customer onlys, not customer IBOs. You have to have 3 customers, and you then have your customer fee waived. You receive $100 per month, $25 a week. Then over time, if you have 10 on your left side of your business and 10 on your right, this is a binary for those that are familiar with that. If you're not, we can get into that at a different time and as far as comp plan training, but you've got 20 people on your team, 10 on the left, 10 on the right, 3 of whom are your customers, and you're making $500 a month. Pretty cool. And this, by the way, I was reminded of this recently. I have a real estate background. And if you said to me, okay, let's rock and roll, let's go get some real estate and earn $500 a month. Sounds good, right? How much money do you have to do that? A bunch. A bunch. And you have to put that money at risk. You have to deal with toilets and termites and tenants. Yikes. It's not fun. Might you earn that? You might. This can take weeks to do. Okay. It's not months necessarily. It may be months, depending on your, how much you want to get after it. But I can tell you with certainty, it can take weeks to do. 2-3 weeks if somebody gets busy. We've got somebody on this call, Barry Elrod, who did it in a week. Like, no joke. I mean, yeah, he says can take days. I think Barry was having a good time and he took a week. He did that. Real deal. So is it possible? Yes, it is. And it's something, as you can see, it gets better from there, where if you have 70-70, 3,000, 35-35, 1,500, you can put your foot on the gas and hit some of these levels. We have people on this call that are earning better than the numbers up top here. And it's exciting. Is it passive? It is at a point, but you have to be completely active to get there. You got to get the jet in the air first and hit the throttle as hard as you can to get it off the ground. Once it's in the air, then you can kind of put it on cruise control. But you got to get it in the air first. Does it take effort? It does. Is it for everybody? No. Somebody can be a customer and earn a ton of money in the trading, and that may be all they want to do. Good on you. That's a possibility as well. So the other thing is incentive trips that are very cool. You can win a trip to Dubai, and this is by 31st of March. This is something that somebody that really puts their foot on the gas could do. It's possible. Next year, it's completely possible for everybody on this call. Okay, if you really wanted it and you really wanted to get after it. Here, it's going to take some doing to get there, because these are some pretty lofty goals. But is it possible? It is. Never want to set a restrictive thing, because you'll have people surprise you. This is our CEO. This is Jimmy Bennett. Really kind of a rags to riches story. Homeless to self-made millionaire, influencer, founder of multiple companies in the fintech industry, featured in Forbes, Bloomberg, and GQ. I like everything that this guy has done as far as the decision process. I've not met him in person yet. Robert will meet him in person here, I think, next month. Correct me if I'm wrong, Robert.
Yeah, hopefully all going well. Yeah, next month or March at the latest.
Yep. And I will be there on Zoom at least in that office when that happens. So excited about that. Also, customer support is in the UK. And notice down at the bottom, the languages that are on the docket right now for customer support are English, Spanish, Portuguese, and Bengali. And no doubt that list will get longer. And that is the customer service department and the corporate office that is, again, in the UK. These are the folks that are taking care of business for us behind the scenes, and we like them a lot. So that is Manifest, guys. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the live stream, and we can get into a quick